Welcome back to the Lair of the Shadow Slayer. Today we'll be taking a look at Codemasters Formula One Racing Series on this Motorsport Monday. The series started way back in 2010 and has seen a yearly update. Most of the time it's been leaps. Every now and then it's just been the same thing with a little bit of improvements. But the series has held up quite well. It's kind of debated whether it's realistic enough or it's too arcadey. It's kind of a mixed bag. It depends what you want it to be honest. Graphically, the game has always been upper echelon every year it comes out, whether it be the special effects like the HUD when you're on the racing line or your speedometer and things, or it be the colors that pop on every track when you're globetrotting and following the real world racing season. The weather effects are insane. Driving during heavy rain, you're squinting just to see the brake lights of the guy in front of you so you don't make two cars turn into one. The mode selection on this game is super deep. You got everything from a single Grand Prix event where you can choose just to race the race, or you can do the whole weekend. You've got your online, which is one of the behemoths, and you got your career mode that is super deep. You'll sit there and you'll sign with a team. You'll start off as the second driver and build yourself up. And of course you're going to sign with some crappy team, which makes it easy because your car is going to overperform unless you're a psychopath and put it on one of the higher difficulties. If it wasn't a racing game, I would do that because I suck at racing games, to be honest, unless you call Need for Speed or Forza. But you go through during the weekend and you get to test out how well you know the line and the tracks, and you got to do fuel consumption test and tire test, plus some other ones. And as you build up, it makes it where you get points where you can upgrade your car and your team. And then you can also, of course, you're going to do qualifying like in real life, and then you're going to race. And you can select it from, I think it's like 20-something% to 100%. 20-something% you're only doing about 5-6 laps. And 100%, of course, you're doing the whole race, which is going to take an hour or two. Online mode is the mixed bag, of course. If you've ever played a racing game, you know how it's going to go. You're going to start off taking it easy, going into some casual, just instantaneous races, and you're going to be flipping a coin. Are you going to get a decent race, or are you going to get a bunch of dummies like yourself probably at the beginning, just trying to smash into each other and glitching out all over the place and looking like you don't know what you're doing, and you probably don't. But it's not going to be as fun. But then you'll get into the real stuff where you're drawn into leagues and ranks matches to where if you act like an idiot, they'll boot you out. But that's when it gets serious and you better know what you're doing because every 10th of a second counts. Spin your tires, you're probably lost. One of the fun little side options in the menu is called a situation, where you'll go through different time periods of the Formula One existence, and you'll sit there and you cars from the 40s and 50s to yesterday, and you might be stuck in a situation where they're like, okay, you're in the lead, but your engine's starting to fail. You got to hold them off until the end of the race, and there's 2 or 3 laps left. Or, you might have busted your car up and you got to still fight your way forward with a broke-ass car and find out how to win. And they'll set they have the time period cars perfect and the layouts of the tracks, which is a really nice little touch. I'd say, except for, of course, the modern cars, they're perfect on everything except for the top end. They do 210, but they'll do it in like 11 seconds, so it doesn't matter. But the 90s and early 2000s cars, I think they're actually somehow faster but brakes and handling you kind of doo-doo compared to it, so you got to sit there and balance it out. It's a really fun little mix-up of the game. No, I'd say this is a really fun little game. I'm not necessarily the best at it, but I've really got a thing for Codemasters racers. I'm not godly like I am at dirt, but I'm good enough to have fun. I can get actually pretty decent once I've been playing for a little while. I know Codemasters gets a lot of flack nowadays. I don't understand why, but then again, I'm not in the hardcore simulator racing scene, so I know they're not perfectly simulator. The damage model, I mean, I think Codemasters kind of one of the kings of that. You just be driving along having a perfect race and you bump the wrong person the wrong way and you ain't got no front end of your car. Your day is done. So, I mean, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this series. I would recommend it to people. I mean, if you're not a hardcore racer, I wouldn't call it a day one purchase for you. But it's definitely worth the investment if you know you like to get back and you love cars at all. This is for you, man. Or girl, whatever.
We're here once again then for some more Grand Prix action, where success and failure are separated by fractions of a second, where victories are rescued from the jaws of defeat. It's here that history is made, and we're just about ready to make a little more. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 left.
Keep you want to come out in one piece. Good luck.